whatever your politics are, whether you're into them or you're not, the thing that I could never really understand was that this man who to me clearly had never fought for anything, had not really grinded for anything, had not served, did not show compassion, had this sort of monopoly somehow on toughness and patriotism, and how somehow we thought his whole thing was he's one of the tough guys, and how so many people I know who are family members of mine who are genuinely tough, genuinely strong people kind of went that way, where I feel like if that same guy walked into a bar, they would laugh at it. He would literally be a clown.
I think that's true. Welcome, everyone, to this podcast. A very special ad episode here with Morgan and Bob.
Hello.
I'm glad we could be here today to comfort one another.
In this trying time.
These trying times. Yeah, it's tough, man. I in case you haven't heard, I had a difficult shit this morning.
Oh, it's the worst.
And look, it just kind of, I don't know, it threw me off, threw up my whole day out of whack, and then I had to tell everybody about it, and everybody's like, why are you telling me about this? Why are you talking about this at all? And I'm like, because it matters more than anything else that happened today.
Nothing else happened today, right, Bob? Nothing.
No.
It was a strange bit of synchronicity. I think we're moon sisters now, Dane, because I was awake at the exact same time of the morning.
That's true.
For the exact same reason that you were.
Yeah. So I mean,
we posted a Discord about the exact same thing.
Bathroom anecdote to real one. I woke up at about like 2:30, 3 o'clock or whatever this morning. Had to pee real bad, and I go pee, and then for whatever reason, I only open Blue Sky like every month or so on average. Basically, almost. It's not a regular thing that I do. Not that I have anything really against it per se, but I just don't. And I'm happy about that. Fuck social media in general.
Yeah.
But I happened to open it, and I was like, "What? Lindsay Graham? Whoa, what? That's a fucking twist. Didn't see that coming."
Right, because we all thought Mitch was dead.
And now apparently he's not. We've got quote unquote proof of life now.
Sure.
In a photo that could have been taken anytime. Anyway, we'll get to that. But yeah, so and then Bob, I posted in Discord, said, "Holy shit, Lindsay Graham's dead. I just got up to pee and saw this." Bob's like, "I just got up to pee too and just saw this." So I guess we were we are in sync. We're synced now. That's cool.
Congratulations. You're all synced up, girls.
Yep. That's probably going to be the last bathroom anecdote today. Probably.
I hope.
Although we could get scatological in our talk about Ladybug.
Yeah, we could.
Wait, did he do that kind of stuff? Wait, what?
I mean, just in our descriptions of him as a person.
Right.
Oh, no, okay. I thought you meant like some of the stuff that, because you said Ladybug, I was thinking it corresponded with the kind of rumors, the things that have been said about him and his ladybugs and stuff.
I was thinking of that.
You should explain that for the class, Dane.
So apparently, this is a few years ago now. It's a couple of years ago. I mean, look, anybody that has any brain cells, and you see Lindsey Graham a few times, on the news or whatever, speaking in the Senate or whatever it is, you're gonna at least question some stuff about him. Now maybe you just accept that, okay, some people just talk different, and some 67-year-old men don't ever get married, don't ever have kids. Oh man, I ruined the joke I was gonna say was, look, I do want to pay respect to Lindsey Graham's family, his wife and children. We need to respect them.
But wait.
But no, literally, it's honestly crazy that he even has been able to get elected, because you kind of have to present the typical, family unit in order to be considered. That's even on Democrats typically. You know what I mean?
Right. They for whatever reasons, Americans don't like politicians without families, which is weird, because I feel like if I want a politician who is answerable to me, the voter, 24/7, I don't want that fucker changing diapers.
Yeah. I mean, of course, they didn't like socialists for a long time either, and we've seen a sea change there. So
that's true.
Anyway, so yeah, apparently there's some sex workers that are either male, I believe, or transgender women, I believe is the case, with one of them that I saw something about, who have talked about their multiple repeated encounters with Lindsey Graham in the DC area. These sex workers, there's one that made a statement just today. I need to find that, but yeah, that apparently he has, I can't even, somebody else do it. I don't remember exactly what was said. So it's basically, he's got like what, little freckles or something on his ass or some shit.
Something like that.
That he calls his ladybugs, or maybe it's moles. Maybe it's moles.
It's moles. He has I think 4 moles on his nether regions.
His taint?
Yes, that he refers to as his ladybugs. And various sex workers over the years have alleged, or I don't know, they have not directly alleged anything so far, but rumors have been spreading or circulating.
Let me find that one I was looking at earlier, because there's definitely some direct, like this one person says that basically.
Yeah, now they are.
Yeah, because NDAs don't count when you're dead.
Right.
Can't be sued when somebody's dead. Can't sue somebody when you're dead, rather.
Well, I think if we want to, give space and sympathy to the people that the deceased leave behind, if you know any male escorts in the DC area, you should check in on them right now. Maybe give them a couple of bucks.
True, yeah.
Because it's an industry that just lost its best customer.
Hey, good, you're out there doing the work, and that's what this statement I saw from one of them. I forget what the name was, but the statement said it's bizarre to realize that he's gone, basically, or something, and then that people don't understand what it's like to have to force yourself to humanize the people that want to see you eradicated so that you can pay your bills.
Yeah,
and it's like, wow.
I saw that post.
That's pretty fucking. Behind the thing there, you got Mitch McConnell, for anybody that can't see.
Yeah,
the meme that keeps on giving.
It's just, it never gets old. And speaking of, honestly, is Mitch McConnell dead? I don't know, but I hope so. And I hope that the whole threes thing is really true, which it's not. It's just
The what thing?
It's the
threes
die in threes. It's true in the sense that, like, if
people
there's
die all
always
the
somebody
time.
dying, and if you look around, but it would be pretty bizarre if it was like 2 senators and, let's say, a president in a short amount of time.
I would take a Speaker of the House. I don't know.
True. So, by the way, for anybody that is like, I can't believe you would talk like this about a dead man. He's dead. Doesn't matter. What he believed. Doesn't matter who he was. You should respect when. No, fuck you. That's stupid, and you shouldn't be here.
Well, okay. I do have something to say about the dead, because they do say you should say good things about the dead, and Lindsay Graham is dead, and that's good.
I feel good about the Republican Party. I feel good about where we're going as a nation. We're killing all the right people, and we're cutting your taxes.
He's so drunk. Look how drunk he is.
Taxes. Right people, and we're cutting your taxes.
Don't all the right people.
He's so drunk. Like, I'm from Wisconsin. We know drunk people. That is drunk.
And it's not.
That is wake up in a ditch drunk.
He had increasingly become more so, which I think that's not evidence, but it suggests strongly my theory about his political shift over the last decade or so. Not from Democrat to Republican or anything, but from Republican to MAGA.
To worse Republican, yeah.
Well, I mean, he's the perfect, I was going to say he's a living example, but he was a living example of how, some people like to pretend like the Republican Party is like the same as it's always been or something.
It's gotten worse.
It's definitely not the same thing that it was. And he's a perfect example of somebody who shifted along with it.
Right.
Because he was a political, operative, operator. He understood how to, be what was necessary to stay in power. And he's a piece of shit. And I was going to say about the whole drinking thing. You've seen more and more. He'd be in the chamber or on Fox News or whatever, and he'd be red faced, puffy, slurring. It's just seemed to me that he's probably somebody had something on him.
I imagine not just one person.
I imagine that. Honestly, probably Israel. It seems maybe likely. I don't know about certain, but likely.
If any other country has something on him, then all other countries have
something on him. Yeah.
The one good thing I'll say about him, and it's not for the good reasons, though. It never is. Whenever you're saying, "Hey, this Republican actually had this one cool thing," he was supportive of Ukraine, but
yeah,
I think that just fell in line with his fucking demonic war hawk position. In any example, he wants to go to war,
right?
So I think he probably was wanting to go to war with Russia or something. If we just kind of fucking keep defending Ukraine long enough, we'll fight Russia. I don't know.
What's funny is there's a friend was showing me some posts from there's a Twitter clone in Russia. I forget what it's called. But some posts from over there and some translations of them. And I haven't had a chance to verify this because it was just earlier today hanging out. That people in Russia are concerned that, or conspiracizing that the Russian government killed him on accident in a bombing strike on some munitions factory that he was at.
Mm.
And that him dying of some sudden disease is just a cover-up because he really got bombed in this Russian attack over there because he was just over there.
Is there anything like that? Because I know the last photograph taken of him was him holding a drone and smiling.
Right.
So if that's true, at least he went out doing something he loved.
War crimes.
Which was reveling in the death of others.
Yeah. But I think I don't believe that. I have no reason to believe that's completely true. It's just a funny thing that I heard today. But also, if it is true, the first sign is if he has an open casket funeral or not.
True.
Yeah. And if it is true, that is, I hate to say this, if it is true, that is an act of war by Russia against the United States.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
That is enough under international law. That's enough to justify the U.S. going to war with Russia.
That would be terrifying if we didn't if we weren't kind of certain that Trump's not going to do anything against Putin.
Right.
He wouldn't. They could kill his whole family, and he'd be like, "Well, I don't know. I don't want them to release the fucking files on me or the compromise."
Okay, if they killed Don Jr., he'd thank them.
Yeah, no shit.
if they took Don Jr. out into Red Square and Putin shot him himself, he'd send him flowers and a thank you card.
So I want to get y'all's opinion on this. This is a video of Zoran Mamdani this morning, learning of Lindsay Graham's death, and I'm not certain what his reaction is. I mean, I know there's two parts to his reaction, and one of them is kind of clear and one of them is not clear to me. But let's see.
I saw you share this in Discord this morning, but I intentionally didn't watch it to hopefully get Tipper Gord on air because I respect the process.
When did that happen?
Just earlier this morning.
Anyways.
So yeah, like here's what I think. I think the first part is like, because he's a human being who cares about human beings, his first reaction is, "Oh, a person died," and then he remembers who he's talking about.
Who he's talking about, yeah.
Like, oh, anyway.
Anyways.
What do you think?
That was exactly my reaction. I'm like, oh, person died. That sucks. Oh, it was Lindsey Graham. All right, I'm going back to sleep.
Especially like he kind of does this like head shake thing a little bit, like he's like kind of trying to
recalibrate his brain.
Just earlier this morning.
He's definitely. I think it's definitely a if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all type.
Exactly.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's fucking funny. It sounds like even the camera guy laughs whenever.
It sounds like it. Yeah, that's crazy.
Good stuff.
We are all Zoran Mamdani in this moment.
Oh yeah.
That was more or less my reaction this morning at 2:30 when I was getting up to do things we're not speaking of anymore. My reaction was, oh, that happened? Okay, I'm going back to what I was doing right here.
See, what's funny for me is as I woke up and had messages in the Discord from you guys and then from a bunch of other people, and then that woke me up. But then because I woke up early, I was like, shit, I'm tired. And so like an hour and a half later, I went and took a nap on the couch. It was a nice nap on the couch.
Another reaction is that I think is probably pretty common is this one.
Holy shit.
And then let's see. There's been some pretty funny stuff that's just kind of, I guess, organically happened in the wake of it here. For example, the New York Times, at least for some period of time, looked like this on their website.
This is amazing. Tributes to Lindsay Graham. Tributes pour in for Lindsay Graham. Empty column.
Good job, Times. You finally did it.
Okay. You know what? If I die and someone has money for a headstone, I would like someone to Photoshop me into this picture and replace his name with mine. Because I think that would be funny to have like engraved on a tombstone. Or like putting a placard on a tombstone.
When I'm dead, just throw me in the trash.
Just throw me in the trash. Right. Throw me in recycling. It's fine. I'm not using it anyways.
And then, there are some people that are legitimately torn up about this that really consider them friends. For instance, Sean Hannity, who did not spell his name correctly.
Well, Sean Hannity is also famously a man of the bottle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I mean, I'm sure.
Does that say the hard?
Forgot because he was drunk.
Say again.
Does that say the hardest man in the U.S. Senate?
I think so. Yeah.
The QVC code is in front of it.
I don't think there's any other word after hardest. You're probably right. We'll never know.
Can you move it?
Nope.
Nope. That's
no,
Canada.
It said hardest working, but yeah, I don't think that's true. I mean, look, it is true in the sense that I don't know of any other senator who worked so hard on just foreign policy shit and almost nothing to do with anything domestically, and except for just signing on to the awful shit that his colleagues would fucking
right.
As
long as he got to make sure people were bombed overseas, happy as a clam.
It's like I mean, I guess I want to think that somebody had something on him, because it's kind of bizarre to think of somebody that's so fucking just disgustingly war hard, as that guy.
I guess here's how if the rumors about his bedroom preferences are true, I can see a man in that position who gets into power, but really like lives in a social situation where he doesn't have that same power, gets high, for lack of a better term, on using that power to ensure the ends of other people's lives.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a way of processing his own repression kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That he can't be repressed or oppressed because he is signing off on all of these bombings.
Well, so here's probably the funniest example of a breaking news banner on top of an older article ever. So it's an article from March of this year, and then the breaking news banner atop it.
South Carolina's senior senator dead at 71 after.
Well, the Democrat who was running against him was actually slightly ahead in the polls, and now she's way ahead in the polls.
Yeah, she's really far ahead. And the thing is that it kind of almost doesn't matter. I don't want to say that it's a certainty, but like almost doesn't matter who they get to throw in there. You know what I mean? But
because
I can't imagine they would get anybody that would be a strong enough candidate that they could make up that gap.
He held on to power because he had the incumbency benefit, not because he was even particularly well liked after doing Viagra.
Is this a true rumor, or is this just like a joke that some people made?
No, that's what he said about people who got AIDS.
Oh God. He said that about people who got AIDS?
I believe that was him.
Look, no straight man of that age would know what that shit is unless you know what I mean? Like
he was a gay man in the 80s.
No straight man would know would know to make that, to be like, it's only gay people doing that, with age, like that. He was gay for sure.
He was yeah.
So here's what I find interesting is that the whole reason we've been pretending that Mitch McConnell is still alive is because they want to maintain a Republican majority in the Senate. so that the older
even now.
MAGA Supreme Court justices can retire and Trump can appoint someone. And now with Lindsey Graham dead, that's gone.
That's off the table. Yeah.
So they don't have to keep pretending Mitch McConnell's alive anymore.
Well, but they that's why they came out today. And finally, after the governor demanded that, some proof of life today, they came out with a statement. Mitch McConnell's people, or allegedly Mitch McConnell himself. Here is a photograph that is allegedly from, current. He apparently, and this is what throws me off, is the statement says that he had a bad fall in June.
Sure.
But we've heard the goddamn phone call, the 911 call that.
Well, typically when you have a heart attack, you fall over. So I imagine that he had a bad fall. It is true.
But I mean, what the absolute fucking bullshit that he would not have made they were being cagey about it before, like his team was and everything. Nobody wanted to give any answers about it. And then now suddenly this, and it's like, if it was just a fall and he's looking forward to getting back in the Senate, like the statement says, then why the fuck didn't they just say this already? Why didn't they say anything other than, being real shady about it, right?
It is significant that he's holding a newspaper.
Is it?
Yeah.
I think that they're trying to show it's
the proof of life thing. You make him hold a newspaper.
I see. I did not notice that. Is there a date on there? We can see.
Not that we can see it.
The way an actual proof of life photo would go was that he would be holding the newspaper up so that we could read the date. It would be like centered in the frame.
Right.
But this one is like on the table. So I guess it could be easily photoshopped in there. I don't know if we could do an enhance, zoom in and enhance to see what's going on. But I think that the intent there is to have today's newspaper. And I don't know if that's today's newspaper, but that is the edition of some newspaper people are supposed to recognize.
And I just considered, and fuck, I hate this reality. AI, is the thing. Of course, you can generally put into certain detectors and they can tell you whether it's AI or not. But
so his wife there was meeting with the vice president of China.
A couple
days ago.
3 days later.
Yeah, last week. Yeah. So I guess here is my question, and I don't want to be conspiratorial. Like, he's either dead or he's not, right? Like, there is right now he's in this quantum superposition state where we neither know if he is dead or alive because no one has seen him moving in front of a camera in a month now.
Schrodinger's bitch. I mean, Schrodinger's bitch.
Sometimes he's really still in front of a camera anyway.
True.
And he's functionally dead anyway, because even when he was up and walking around, because he would just kind of
freeze
out and freeze. He would like become a glitch in the Matrix.
So pull the image back up. I want to talk about something about it. It does stand out as weird.
1 second. There should be video. It's kind of bizarre that they didn't put any video out. It seems like that's exactly what they should do.
Can you pull the picture back up? Oh, there it is. Cool. All right. Look how he's dressed.
Yes.
That's
not how you dress in a hospital.
Look like a man who's in the hospital?
It looks like a man who maybe is leaving the hospital.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah.
So we should have.
If I needed a photo like this taken for something official and I was in the hospital, I would probably dress up too. I mean,
I know. I'd want to look. I want to look as near to. I guess they want him to look alive, right? So
yeah.
I mean, maybe like he's, it's weird. It's weird. Like
people are not going to believe this, and they're going to have to produce something more convincing.
Yep.
Right.
That's what I think.
New York Magazine's headline says Mitch McConnell shares very normal proof of life photo.
The newspaper's a touch, right? Like, this is a bit. It's the proof of life photo with a newspaper. Like, god damn it.
This one thing says he's holding Sunday's paper.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And maybe,
Which Sunday and which paper?
True.
Like, it's to me, it's so dumb because, like, it's fun for us to make jokes about him being dead. Because, I mean, come on. He's either dead or not, right? And so for the Republicans, they're kind of in this weird position where we're all having a good laugh. But if he's dead, then it's really bad for them. But if he's alive, nothing changes, right? We all had a good laugh. The most infamous senator in the 21st century just got out of the hospital after a fall and is probably at the end of his career.
Somebody on Reddit says, "Don't worry, guys. Their data center is blowing through a few million gallons of cooling water to make a below 11-fingered video of him as we speak."
Okay, yeah, I'm looking at his hand. All right, look at his hand, his visible hand.
Yeah,
the one on his lap. Look at the fingernails on that hand, particularly the thumbnail.
I have to blow it up.
It looks like he has long fingernails.
Okay.
At least on the thumb. To me, that's what it looks like anyway.
Sure.
What does that tell us?
He did a lot of coke?
No, that's a
well, I mean, maybe nothing. I don't know what length he normally wears his fingernails.
When he's been in the hospital, he might, if he is alive and fine, his nails might be long because he hasn't had adequate grooming.
But they would groom him in the hospital. He's a U.S. senator. They groomed me when I was in the hospital. They groomed my brother. They groom average citizens all the time.
Why
would they not groom him?
Is that true?
They used to.
You can't do yourself.
But like I said, he is a U.S. senator, so he would get special treatment.
That you'd think, yeah, I guess.
And his hair doesn't look that long.
True.
I just find the long thumbnail weird. That's all.
That's fair. Yeah, I don't know.
And is her hand? Where is her hand? Like
behind him.
Behind him, or just not there?
Well, that's right. They had to find a picture of her leaning.
I think they would want to. I think they would want to show her holding him, his arm, not having her hand stuffed behind him. I'm skeptical of everything about this picture.
Yeah, I agree. It is well, all of it is sus as fuck, especially because you're a U.S. senator. If you wanted a camera crew in your hospital room, that would be just a thing you could do. No one is going to stop you.
So just before, one of the last times that anyone saw him, I guess probably one of the last times that he was caught on camera in the U.S. anyway. Lindsay Graham. Well, this is what was being said.
Have you heard anything?
I'm going to go check right now with my office. And hoping and praying he's doing well, but I'm going to check just right now.
Is there a contingency plan if for some reason?
So it's kind of hilarious that he's like, I'm going to go check on Mitch McConnell right now, and then he dies.
And he dies.
Well, they were in competition to see who could be reincarnated as
Ben
Shapiro's baby.
Child, yes.
So I want to know who loses that. Does Lindsay Graham lose that, or does Ben Shapiro lose that?
I don't know. If you're not aware, say congratulations, I guess, or whatever, to Ben Shapiro and his wife, who I don't know how she does it with such a dry vagina, but she had a 5th child.
Same way Elon Musk does.
The same day, which it's all we can think there is that's the reincarnation of Lindsey Graham, and that's what you get whenever you are such a war hawk for Israel, is you get reincarnated as Ben Shapiro's child. That seems to make all the sense in the world to me, that the universe would operate that way, actually.
Oh, okay.
I feel like if there is a hell, Lindsey Graham is definitely there, but the version of hell he's in is one where it's total world peace. and there's no wars anywhere, and there are no hot men anywhere. Straight women and world peace. That's what he's surrounded by.
So okay, if I were the devil, if I was the incarnation of all evil, and I wanted to really just do my worst, right? I feel like reincarnated Lindsey Graham as Ben Shapiro's kid is awful for both of them. Because what is Ben Shapiro going to do when that little boy grows up to be gay? Yeah. Is the baby already taller than Ben?
Do they even have Jewish conversion camps or what?
Oh, yeah, they do. They have them in Israel.
I mean, Judaism officially doesn't have a doctrine of hell.
No. But as far as conversion therapy, I think was what Dane was talking about.
So right here we've got I got a couple of videos that I think are classics. These are obviously going to be going around right now, and I think it's worth sharing them. Here is about 10 years ago, Lindsey Graham had this to say.
Action to hearing what Donald Trump says.
And disgusted. Well, I want to talk to the Trump supporters for a minute. I don't know who you are, and I don't know why you like this guy. I think what you like about him, he appears to be strong when the rest of us are weak. He's a very successful businessman, and he's going to make everything great. He's going to take all the problems of the world and put them in a box and make your life better. That's what he's selling. Here's what you're buying. He's a race-baiting, xenophobic, religious bigot. He doesn't represent my party. He doesn't represent the values that the men and women who wear the uniform are fighting for. I've been in the Air Force for 33 years. I retired this June. He's the ISIL Man of the Year, by the way. He just got back from Iraq a week ago this Monday.
I know, we interviewed you live from there. You were with Senator John McCain, and you were going to Iraq to get a status report. What were they saying there about all of this?
The military leadership and the diplomatic corps. Now, we have young men and women in harm's way all over the world, particularly in the Mideast. They were concerned about this rhetoric because the enemy will use it against us. So what was a concern last week has to be DEFCON 4 this week. Because what Mr. Trump is doing, and I don't think he has a clue about anything, he's just trying to get his numbers up and get the biggest reaction he can. He's putting our soldiers and diplomats at risk. He's empowering the enemy. And this ban, if it's actually enacted, would take people who have been interpreters who came to our side in Iraq and Afghanistan who are under siege in their own countries and basically becomes a death sentence for them.
Oh, what? Yeah.
You know what's crazy is you know what he looks there? Sober.
Yeah. And that's why I think that the drinking, it coincides with whatever, unknown force was used to twist his allegiances and whatnot, because that's pretty stark, difference. And as well as this one, I think this one might be more shocking. This is from 2020.
Ooh.
The bottom line is, if you can't admire Joe Biden as a person, then it's probably you got a problem. You need to do some self-evaluation, because what's not to like? Here's what I can tell you, that life can change just like that. Don't take it for granted. Don't take relationships for granted. I called him after Bo died, and he basically said, well, Bo was my soul. We've talked for a long time. He came to my ceremony and said some of the most incredibly heartfelt things that anybody could ever say to me. And he's the nicest person I think I've ever met in politics.
Choking up, crying about his friendship with Joe Biden.
Yep.
That's not the guy who died at all.
Well, that whoever was in that car died a long time ago. The body just caught up.
Or that was all an act, and the only thing that's ever motivated him is thirst for power.
I think both of those things can be true.
Yeah.
I think you're probably. I mean, so yes, but I think that at that point, 6 years ago, he was still able to consider someone on the other side of the aisle, like Joe Biden, who, let's be honest, wasn't the most lefty guy in the world,
no.
A friend, right? But then since the Trump has been back in office, Lindsey Graham is clearly, I mean, it's gotten more extreme. So, like, I think that, he probably wouldn't say something like that again, even if he was performing it.
No.
I mean, he's not going to because he's dead. But I mean, like a week ago,
right?
You wouldn't have caught him say anything like that.
Yeah, if you asked him what he had to say about the interview, now he would say this.
But let's see what Michael Fanone has to say about him. Well, let me get that off screen. By the way, that QR code is for donations to the thing that I need things for. So,
yes, if you want to help a family in need, scan that QR code and help them out. They could use it. Thanks.
Lindsey Graham is dead. I'll always remember my first and only encounter with him when he looked the grieving mother of a dead police officer in the face and barked that he wasn't going to listen to her blame Trump for January 6th. When I showed him my body cam footage from that day, he turned away and looked at his phone. Rest in piss, you fucking worthless scumbag. If there is a hell, I hope you're in it.
So he was a Michael Fanone was a Capitol police officer.
He's one of the ones I think got like a pretty bad head injury or something like that.
Pretty bad injury, yeah.
From a flagpole, or if I'm remembering correctly, or maybe I'm confusing him with somebody else. I don't remember.
No, that's him.
I'm pretty sure that's him. Yeah. And all cops are bastards, but like the Capitol Police, not so much. They are like a lower tier of bastard.
Yeah, because if your jurisdiction is just the Capitol,
right?
You're not doing like broken windows policing and stuff like that,
right?
If you're just
but like it's weird that like Blue Lives Matter except those cops. Not that Blue Lives ever mattered to the Blue Lives Matter crowd, because no lives matter to that crowd. That's really the kicker.
Yep. Well, yeah, there we go. Lindsey Graham, folks.
Lindsey Graham,
gay icon.
Gay icon.
No, we're
not doing that. Oops.
Pro-life and yet died anyway.
I'll give you that one.
These hypocrites every single time, man. Every time.
By the way, pro-life person dies. It's so weird.
Have y'all seen that video that explains the Charlie Kirk shooting? By the way.
Oh no.
There's another one.
There's another one.
I shared the other day, but this one's it's pretty good. I'm pretty convinced this is what's happened right here.
Okay.
While conspiracy theorists insist no 30-06 could possibly behave this way, the round blasted into Charlie Kirk's neck, crushed his vertebra, and ricocheted downward toward his heart, only to be stopped dead by his legendary Superman neck of super-dense steel-like bone. It created no exit wound and lodged harmlessly just beneath the skin, which experts hailed as a miracle that saved the bystanders standing behind him. Up on the rooftop, Tyler Robinson didn't just break down his rifle. He shredded it apart in a ridiculous hyperspeed blur using nothing but his bare hands. Then he sprinted across the roof and launched himself off the edge with expert parkour precision. Tyler made the conscious expert decision to reassemble his rifle one last time and place it under a tree in a bush. He then changed back into his blue jeans and maroon t-shirt in hyperspeed. Time for ice cream. While conspiracy theorists...
What the fuck?
I've been like following that case a little bit, and I think that they've run into a snag, the prosecution, because apparently the fingerprints don't match.
Yeah.
And a couple of the other forensic details don't match.
Yeah.
Which,
crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, because all I'm seeing about it, I haven't looked at any of it, but I've seen it listed on YouTube, is videos about his partner or whatever interview that they did with him, that they're acting like is proof of something. I mean, because I did watch a clip of that, the partner saying that yes, when he got home the next day or whatever, after he basically, they asked him, did you really do that? And he said, yes, I did. And so
but he didn't make it home. Because he went to his parents' house. He didn't make it to where he was living.
Then maybe I added that without.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just paraphrasing what was said in the video by the witness.
Well, he could have, by home, the partner could mean he went to his parents' house.
Sure, yeah.
And then they spoke on the phone or something, or texted or whatever.
Home from the trip to the college, basically, is whatever wherever he went after that.
Yeah.
This story has so many fucking weird. And just I am
the simplest explanation is that he did it, but they don't have enough evidence to prove it.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, imagine that. Imagine Kash Patel fucked it up. I just it's hard to believe. It's hard to believe.
With those eyes see everything. They're so wide. they couldn't possibly miss any detail. Those are like big chameleon eyes.
They can see Valhalla.
Those are X-ray eyes. Those are like big hypnotoad eyes. He could just stare at anyone and they'll tell him the truth.
Which is why
he had something to say about Lindsey Graham, by the way. It's almost like this fucking guy wants to make things worse in every case in some ways. Okay, you want to say something about Lindsey Graham? Maybe you're doing the whole virtue signal that you got to do in the conservative, MAGA movement I don't know, but then he added something at the end here that's like, come on, man. So Senator Lindsey Graham is devoted, blah, 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 a bunch of bullshit. The FBI is assisting local authorities and has made every necessary resource available. What the fuck are you talking about, dude? He died of a fucking heart attack, right? Like, why would you say this? This is just going to create more fucking conspiracy.
Right. This is like, okay, this is the thing the Russian conspiracy theorists were like, wait a minute, hold on.
What? You know, that's what his thing was before he was FBI head of the FBI.
Yeah,
was
conspiracy
podcast. He's just creating content for himself down the road whenever he gets fired. Crazy. That's pretty smart, Cash.
No one has been living like they're waiting to get fired like Cash Patel. Nobody is like, I'm gonna get fired any day. Fuck it.
It's a fucking awesome day for America. What are you talking about? Get out of here, fucking man. Imagine being fucking having like I love Trump, basically, which this means I love pedos in your title. You know what I mean?
Like I said, this is a sad day for America. Think of all the hardworking male escorts in DC who have lost their best customer. I am sad for America. Trump talk for life. Always advertising.
I don't think I'm going to, man. You're literally saying observably, objectively, trollish bullshit here. So I don't think I'm going to go to your channel actually. But good shot. Let's try.
Nice try. 10 out of 10. Come back with a better channel. Deuces.
So y'all been watching X-Men 97 at all?
Oh,
nope.
Oh, Dane, have I?
Sorry, I have not.
Well, okay.
Dane.
I have a clip here that's going to have a pretty big spoiler in it, but it's notable just because, as the thing says, Professor X is not above insulting your fucking mother.
No, he is not.
Especially whenever you take his buddy from him.
Well, I care not for spoilers, so feel free to share it.
It's just, this is actually pretty heavy moment. It was pretty fucking crazy to see and when it happened, but just what he says is like, yikes. The acting in this shit is fucking excellent. Like the voice acting is some of the best I've ever seen in an animated thing.
Now, Professor, lie to him as you have so often lied to me. Tell him it will be all right.
Magnus! I'm sorry. I can't.
Charles, I'm sorry.
How wise, your mother, abandoning you. Do you think she sensed your vile nature?
Ew.
If only Baal had left you to bake. What a better world.
Well, he did just watch his best friend's back get blown out that hard. So, and Apocalypse is making the face of some guy who's about to blow your back out, right? Like this guy, he is gonna just blow his load.
So what I'm wondering though is like, is Magneto really dead, or is that some kind of beam that turns some people into his horsemen?
I think he's okay. So here is my thought. We had this Magneto fake out death the middle of last season.
Yeah.
I don't think you can pull that trick twice with the same character at the same point of the season. Like that would make me genuinely mad if they're like, psych, he's a horseman now, or psych, it was the time bullet from Final Crisis, or whatever you wanted to, whatever, spin you want to slap on that.
It's pretty sad if he's dead. That sucks because that was a good version of Magneto.
It's a really good Magneto.
It's just kind of his fault that Apocalypse is Apocalypse now. Like,
yeah, well, because there were so many spots. Oh, like this whole episode is Magneto's Hubris, the musical.
Like, from the moment that the first time it showed that this team with young Apocalypse in the past, right? And Magneto's talking to Apocalypse, and Magneto literally says to him, "No, only the strong survive, dude." And it's like, what are you doing? You're just teaching him the shit that he already. That's not what you teach him.
Eric, stop.
You're making things really bad now.
But like at the beginning of the episode, like he manages to save them from the blast that kills everyone but them in Apocalypse. Well, but and Bishop is like, you know what we need to do? I have this time travel thing. We need to go now. And he's like, I'm gonna break it so that because we're gonna fix Nur. It's gonna be fine. He's not gonna be Apocalypse. And then he's got the dream about like, oh, this ancient rune that has all this power. We should go there. And they're like, okay, sure. And Bishop's like, I fucking hate you, man. And so they managed to find things in the ship to fix the time machine. And then Magneto is like, you guys go. I'm gonna stay and fight Apocalypse while he's still just figuring out his powers. And then he dies. It's just like, you did this to yourself. This was suicide by Apocalypse, you moron.
So I got a theory here. I think it's pretty obvious that I think Gambit's going to be a horseman, but I think that the surprise is going to be so is Wolverine.
I think that's possible too.
Here's why I think that, because if you remember how Wolverine got adamantium again in the comics after he lost
from Apocalypse.
Was from he had made a war, and then there was like a thing where Apocalypse made him and Sabretooth battle to see who was going to be the and whoever won would get adamantium on their bones again. So for the first time in Sabretooth's case, and Wolverine won, and he so, I saw some clip from the show that shows like them standing there looking at a tube with look like a adamantium skeleton in it.
Okay, that might be where they're going. Yeah, but I definitely just like this is Magneto's Hubris the musical, because so you're like Charles gets stuck behind because he's like Magneto don't, and then they grab each other's hands and then they don't get sucked in the future, and they fight Apocalypse badly. But at any point, Magneto could just take him and go, right? Just excuse me, you know what? Peace. There is a whole planet to hide from your ass on. I'm gonna go anywhere but here. Deuces. But he doesn't.
This depends on which type of time travel it is. It seems like they're operating based on the idea that it is there's like 3 different kinds, and the one that is from the comics, and from most comics, at least Marvel anyway, that you can change the past.
It just makes a new timeline.
No, I mean, well, depends on what story, but I mean, in most cases, it's they operate as in the comics. They say that if you change the past, you can actually change the current time. The regular timeline will change. So the Back to the Future type of time travel. And then there's the Avengers Endgame type, which is the alternate timelines, alternate branching thing. And then there's just the fixed thing where you literally, no matter what you do, it is part of is just and that's what it kind of looks like. Maybe this was, I don't know, that the
timeline will correct itself to correct itself.
Or that nothing, you can't change anything.
Right.
So so it could be that Magneto always played a part in Apocalypse becoming Apocalypse.
Well, I think that's what the ship, because when they find the crashed ship that's this ancient ruin that has all this high tech stuff in it, there's a mural that is Magneto.
Yes.
And Nur is just wait a fucking second.
Yeah, that's when Sabanur's he was already kind of not trusting him too much because they it was kind of easy to understand why. But then he was like, wait, what the fuck? Y'all already knew. You knew that I was supposed to ascend and become a god, and you were trying to stop me. So now I'm definitely going to do it.
Do you know who I love in this episode? Fucking Rogue? Kang.
Oh, yeah.
Kang is such a fucking just you know what? This is not going my way. Kang out.
Yep.
Hops in his little time pod, puts on his little Kang mask.
Such a bitch. He was never gonna stand up to the the villain level of Thanos in the MCU. And that way, he
never was. No, I'm sorry.
The only reason he's so well known is because he's such a bitch. Because he's always able to change things. He's always able to come back and as another guy, and he did some other shit as another guy back in the day or whatever, and it's just
yep,
it's tedious.
Well, they have John DeLance voicing him.
Oh,
yeah. So he just has Q energy on top of it. It's just great. I can't imagine we're gonna see Kang again this season, but what a little treat. What a little guy. Such a dick.
We got some official look from some art from Avengers Doomsday, by the way. It is kind of blurry because this is a photo of a thing that was somewhere, a photo of a thing, but it looks fine.
I find it interesting that Ant-Man is on this poster.
Yeah, this feels
I expected
weird.
to see everyone else. Every other character I expected to see, but not him.
Why not?
I don't know. It's just nothing's been teased about him, Nothing's been teased about him being one of the central characters or anything.
True. But I mean, the same could be said for. I think it's probably going to be other characters that we don't see here too. Like for instance, we know that Raimi Spider-Man's in it. I'm pretty sure that Andrew Garfield Spider-Man's in it. We know that Deadpool and Wolverine are in it, and some of the plot leaks that have come out indicate that that they're going to be actually Wolverine and Spider-Man will be some of like the first scene of the movie.
Oh, okay, so I don't know the plot. I don't know the spoilers. I don't know any of the leaks. Okay, so walk me through this because this is actually kind of like I just want to make sure I follow. So our last Spider-Man movie was Spider-Man broke time by and accidentally brought all of his Spider's men to this timeline, and he had to give up his whole history to undo that.
Yeah.
And those characters got beautiful, heartfelt send-offs. And then we're going to get another Spider-Man movie without them, about the fallout of that. And then we're going to bring those characters we just gave a heartfelt send-off to 2 MCU movies later? Is that really what we're doing here?
Well, the way to look at it
to rip our hearts out, Morgan.
Yeah, I think
because they're going to die.
That
I don't care. It sounds really bad. Sorry.
I'd rather see them fighting for their reality, which they'll be doing, instead of just like, oh, we got to see them have a nice ending, and we just kind of don't know what we're just going to assume they just died. Instead, what we're going to see is Spider-Man, Raimi Spider-Man, I think, fighting for his reality from apparently Deadpool and Wolverine, who are working for the TVA, trying to collapse and destroy other Earths to save their own.
This movie is already full of nostalgic cameo. I'm sorry. I am.
What did you think? That was always going to be the even if it wasn't Marvel not doing so well. I firmly convinced that Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, Chris Hemsworth, they always would have come back. That was always going to be part of it. Maybe they changed what it would have ended up being, but I don't think there's any world where they didn't bring those characters back to some degree, and that they didn't do a multiverse that showed us many versions of characters that. Because what they're doing, is
I guess if they're in like half of one scene, that's fine, I guess. But it's just like at a certain point, where is the movie?
The late stream was copyright by Disney. What are you talking about?
You mean the last stream?
Mine?
I'm not sure. I don't know what you're.
That might be the case because I did show the clearer version of that clip that was going around that I have.
Oh, okay.
Where you can clearly see what's going on, basically.
Sure. I just with all of these cameos and stuff, I'm just wondering where the movie is in this movie.
So I can tell you, the movie is that they're going to lose. You know what I mean? Like they're going to lose.
Sure, because it's a 2-part movie, so we're going to do.
If you think about it, if you're comparing it to Infinity War, which I think they're probably trying to make it as not like that as possible, but to some degree, it kind of is going to.
It's going to have to be.
So if you think about that, the beginning is going to be whereas Loki was killed and all the Asgardians, were messed up at the beginning of the Infinity War. This is going to be you're going to see a couple of realities that we are familiar with.
Sure.
Away. And that's going to set the stakes for the thing so that we know that it's fucking serious because holy shit, the Raimi Spider-Man universe is gone. You know what I mean? And we know what the plot is because we've already seen Deadpool and Wolverine, trying to go around and fix it. And the next thing you're going to see is basically the X-Men and their universe have been successfully keeping their universe alive by destroying other universes. And so whenever, and I think that the thing with Doom is that he's at first going to have the Avengers, Fantastic Four and stuff convinced that, they need to do this or that. And then, when they go to the X-Men universe and the X-Men think they're there to destroy their universe. So they think they start fighting. That's how that goes. Very comic book of them. And then eventually at some point, they're going to figure out that actually, Doom is the one that's been destroying these universes and that he was basically trying to occupy the Avengers so that they wouldn't be able to stop him. And by that time, it's going to be kind of too late, and he will have acquired the power of Loki. And and then the whole thing will end, and Doom will create Battleworld, and that will be the setup for the next movie.
So another thing I'm finding interesting about this poster is that the characters at the periphery, don't look much like their actors.
No,
like if you look at Shang-Chi, he doesn't look like.
It took me a while to figure out that was supposed to be Chris Evans. So I feel like a lot of the characters in this
Chris
poster
Evans. What are you talking about? How's that not Chris Evans?
The farther they get from the center of the image, the guy who I forget the actor who plays Johnny Storm. Doesn't look like him.
No,
and the guy, the person who's supposed to be Shang-Chi does not look like
yeah.
Simu Liu. It looks like Carter Wong to me.
Well, so you want to see something
hilarious,
but it gives me an opportunity here. So Comic Book Cast, the YouTube channel, they apparently got a hold of this picture and said, you know what, I want to use this for a thumbnail, but it's not clear enough. You can't. It's kind of smudgy and it's blue and it's kind of wonky and stuff. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get AI to make another version of it.
Oh no!
Oh god!
So here.
Oh no!
Because that makes everything better.
Like,
yeah.
Oh, cool. But then the more you look at it, you're like, wait, what the fuck? For instance, it adds this guy on the right next to for some reason. Who the fuck is that? I don't.
Other chairman. That's chairman.
It gives what is that? What's his name? M'Baku over there on the right. He's got a helmet on now. It mistakes his head for a helmet, I guess.
Yeah.
And then Beast is red. That's also Mystique is red. So I guess because the whole thing was tinted blue, it just kind of took a guess on what color they really were and was wrong.
Made them red.
It seems like Nightcrawler, who is also red and not blue, is holding the glowing card instead of Gambit.
No, I can see Nightcrawler's hand down below there.
And then,
but it does look like that if you're not looking at it closely. It does look like he's holding it there.
And otherwise, the faces are just kind of like, who the hell is that? Yelena? It's supposed to be Yelena, I think. But
yeah, I think so.
Then down below her is, I guess, what's her name? Ghost?
Is it Ghost dead?
No, that was Taskmaster.
Taskmaster's dead, you're right.
Truly an AI out of 10, yeah.
Yeah, really, really not great, guys.
So that's fun.
And we have Steve with Mjolnir again. Maybe because I'm just not a big fan of Secret Wars, and I think of the Hickman comics, it's the one I like the least. Maybe this just isn't for me, and that's fine. But I'm just like, it makes my brain itch in bad ways.
Well, I mean, maybe, but he's not even in the original image, right?
No, he's not. It just like
here in the original. This is what that looks like, and then why did it add somebody there? It doesn't even make any sense.
It just appears. That's Chairman. So, on the one hand, I get it. I want to address this one. So, on the one hand, Yanru writes in, I have seen it pointed out how much this movie is a bunch of UNC nostalgia.
Unk
Nostalgia. And I feel like that was also, that's part of my itchiness, is that's also kind of Infinity War. That's where you get Steve with the beard and you
talking about
have
Endgame, right?
Yeah, I'm sorry, Endgame, yeah.
I mean, look,
even in Infinity War a little bit, but it's a little bit of that.
That's for us, it's weird that people get act like this is just an inherently bad thing. It might be. I'm not saying that it's 100% going to be good. It might be terrible. But the idea that these characters are going to cross over and do stuff together is the promise of the MCU from the very fucking beginning.
Sure.
Yeah. Allegedly what fans have always wanted is a movie universe where X-Men, Fantastic Four, Avengers, and Spider-Man are all in the same universe together.
And
that's what this is moving towards.
So, okay, here's my problem with that.
The point of it is that once this is all over, the deck's going to be reshuffled. The same thing as what a Secret Wars literally did in the comics.
Right, sure.
And we're going to have a unified, Marvel universe for the first time.
Sure, and then
it's going to be a soft reboot.
So I can skip this, and then just when they reboot it, just start with the reboot.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, cool.
I mean, yeah.
So okay, because here's my thing, right? When you bring up an MCU where we have the Avengers and Spider-Man and the X-Men, we had 2 of the 3 of those without needing a Crisis on Infinite Earths, right? We just added Spider-Man to the MCU whole cloth. I just
want to point out though that's the kind of exact that's the exact position on a movie that I have argued against Chud's making for a long time. And of course, they do it for very, devious, shitty reasons.
Which position?
The position of, I don't know actually what's going to happen in this movie, but because it's got this element that I'm identifying early on, it's not for me. I don't like it. I don't want, you know what I mean? Like,
it's more than like, okay, so I guess when we're talking about a movie, I'll just, because it's in the discourse, right? I'll use Supergirl. Okay, Supergirl is a movie with a finite cast of characters that is pretty easy. If I was making my whole case about I don't like Storm, even though she's not in this movie, Mystique, right? Mystique's on the poster. We'll use Mystique as an example. I don't like Mystique, so I don't like this movie. I would agree that is not a good talking point.
I'm talking about they've said it about just like, because this Master of the Universe is just it's just nostalgia bait for 80s cartoon or whatever. And like, so it precludes the possibility that it might actually be good.
Sure, it could be. I'm not saying it's gonna be bad or that most people won't like it. I imagine most people who see it will like it. It just something about it just itches me the wrong way.
I've been seeing some reports, I don't know how true they are or anything, that basically they're having a hard time finding the movie in the edit, which, is kind of, it's exactly what was said about Supergirl. So I found it interesting that was something that was claimed about this one by unknown sources right after it was about Supergirl.
Oh, so that came out after Supergirl, not before. Okay.
After
so
the report
sounds
about Supergirl and what went wrong behind the scenes,
yeah.
kind of, or quote unquote went wrong.
Because that's something I would worry about with a movie like this, that it is too ambitious.
Yeah. Well, I would worry about it in general. The way that they shoot movies is fucking. It's kind of a miracle that they've had as much success as they've had. Because
I was going to say that I think it's that this movie has always been in danger of being a complete disaster because of the huge cast and they're going to have to juggle with all the people that have been confirmed to be in this movie. Obviously, there's going to be central characters who drive the narrative, but if it's going to be really hard not to make everybody else just a glorified cameo.
Right.
And I think that the Russos are capable of doing that. They're capable of making a movie where they're not glorified cameos.
The thing that they with they've talked about how they did it with like Infinity War and Endgame, which I'm sure that some people don't feel like their characters or certain characters got as good as they deserved, but I think you could basically say that you could safely say that every character that's like a major character had at least a moment or two that solidified, that really spoke to them as a character or dealt with their character growth or something like that, as opposed to just being throw them on the screen for a couple of seconds and then we'll call it a day. And
the Russos have already demonstrated that they can do it.
Right.
But lightning does not always strike twice.
Right.
That's the risk.
I also wonder if we are in an era where in the middle of this project, Disney laid off a whole bunch of people, both at Marvel and in their editing divisions and their CGI divisions. The kind of people you need to make this movie work. And so it just I hope it's good. I hope I am wrong. And my career isn't dependent on me being right or pretending I'm right. I have a day job I like very much.
You could just say this movie looks like it's not for you. You're not.
That's what I'm saying. That's been
I mean, honestly, like this movie looks like it might not be for me in some ways. I mean, I've got my concerns for sure. I just I basically looking at it from this perspective right here. If it's anything less, I mean, I don't know. Maybe $1 billion opening weekend is not going to be
anyone who thinks that a movie needs to make $1 billion on the opening weekend or it's a disaster needs to be hit in the head with a brick.
I don't know that any movie has ever.
Not a one.
Not even close.
No $1 billion movie has hit $1 billion in the opening weekend.
No,
that's what I would say is that if this movie, if everybody goes opening weekend and it does, I'm sure it'll do really well opening weekend. But then, if word of mouth is that it sucks, or that it, blah, 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 whatever, and it starts to go down, and it drops like 70%, even as much as a regular Marvel movie, which is, it can drop like 50, 60%, and that's normal, despite what Chud's trying to present it as.
Right, that's
because Marvel
pretty
wants
normal.
to get the big opening weekend. That's their whole goal. But this is one of those ones where they need it to go big for a couple of weeks straight.
Yeah.
And And if it doesn't do that, then that will pretty much be all she wrote for. I'm sure they'll still make them. They're not going to stop making Marvel.
They're not going to stop making them. Yeah.
As far as prioritizing it as like yeah, I don't know. Just don't see it happen.
So I here's my prediction based on how box offices are just down overall since COVID, and that the MCU has, as part of that and independently, just kind of tapered off as it's been around a while, so people just lose interest over time, as happens with media.
Yeah.
I imagine this movie will probably make $1 billion. It won't make the $2.5 billion that Endgame made.
Right.
But that's okay. Endgame was a once in a lifetime movie as far as pulling that off, because you did have all of this hype and all of this cultural interest. But time has passed. That's gone away, right? That movie was 7 years ago.
The problem is we're still in capitalism. And
sure.
Because Endgame did so well, they have to try again and again. And yeah.
Yeah. And they're going to re-release Endgame with new footage before this.
Which is smart.
And I'll probably go see it, goddammit.
I might. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how close it is. Like, I don't know when it's coming out, when the re-release is coming out.
But I think the problem I've been seeing a lot of reporting around, and like big picture reporting around, is the movie industry, or at least Hollywood, is apparently convinced that Gen Z, the upcoming market, doesn't really dig superhero movies all that much. It's kind of a Gen X and millennial thing.
That's what it seems like. I mean, because
because that was the thing they were into as a kid, right? They'll be into superhero movies in 20 years when they're adults.
Because the reason that I think that our generation more or less was so into it is because you think about when comics had their big heyday,
right? When we were kids. Yeah.
So like that's a large, that's where a lot of I think the organic hype would come from, and then we would get people excited about it to go see it with us and stuff like that, and that's that's how MCU got to be the biggest thing ever. But I don't know if the younger generations, if you start making an anime cinematic universe or whatever the fuck, I don't know, then yeah, you probably start to see that be successful, because that's what the youngins are into these days.
Well, part of the thing about anime
that's the point I was building up to, is that. Well, the point I was building up to is similar to what Dane said, which is that if that's true, I don't know if it's true, but if it is true that Gen Z, according to their market research, doesn't really give a shit about superhero movies.
Let me add.
They're gonna keep making superhero movies that pander to, for lack of a better word, to Gen X and millennials as long as they can.
Right.
So it's gonna keep being nostalgia bait for the actors that they think we wanted to see, as long as they can keep those actors looking young enough to play those roles and all that other stuff, while they figure out what they're going to do with Gen Z.
Right. So Dan, you wanted to say something? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was just gonna. I was gonna respond to this now. I mean, I don't think that it's. I mean, yes, there's always forced hate with these movies, by the people that I've criticized on this channel plenty of times. But then there's also going to be. There's basically when something reaches peak saturation, it will always result in some percentage of people deciding that instead of liking the thing that everybody thinks is cool, I'm going to be the contrarian and say that the thing, and in that way it's kind of forced, but at the same time, it hasn't had the cultural relevance that that it did have. They've had a few missteps, that even me, who generally likes most Marvel stuff, a couple things I didn't think were great. And so whenever that happens, you start to lose the kind of as Ivan Vanko says in Iron Man 2, one of the best ones, says if you can make God bleed, people will cease to believe in him. And that's what we're talking about, is the God of movie history.
Well, and I also think that the hype of the MCU building to something plastered over a lot of its issues. Because I think, I don't think Civil War is a great on its own, like a standalone movie. I don't think it's a great movie, but it builds up towards the next thing, so people go see it, right?
Yeah.
There are just things in that chain, right? Captain Marvel, which made a bunch of money, but people went and saw it because the end of Infinity War teased it.
Well, also because the Air Force did lots of marketing.
That's true. They did. Good for them.
No,
so I guess one thing
Marvel
I want to touch
didn't know
on
because
with
I think there was some genuine excitement for it, but
yeah, there was too. Right, it was a good movie.
Oh
I
yeah,
enjoyed
a movie does not get to $1 billion unless people go see it more than once in the theater.
the proof of that, by the way, is the Ant-Man and the Wasp, the second movie, because that also came out in between those, and it also had connecting tissue between Infinity War and Endgame, and it did not make that kind of money.
It did not make that kind of money, but also no one remembers that movie because we all just were waiting for the other thing.
Yeah.
So, and one thing I want to touch on with the anime thing, for the anime that is the most popular, right? That typically belongs to the shonen fighting manga genre.
Yeah.
Here's something those people, and a lot of people don't want to hear, but I'm gonna speak truth to power. Those are superhero stories.
Yep.
Dragon Ball Z is a superhero comic. I'm sorry. Naruto, superhero comic.
My Hero Academia, superhero.
My Hero Academia is a superhero manga pretending to be an American cape shit book. And anime or manga readers eat that shit up.
You're not gonna alienate any of my audience saying that kind of stuff because I've literally done this. At least part of a stream I did one time talking about.
We did one too. We compared them to Superman and stuff. Yeah, we did it together.
I don't know if I talked about it then, but I know I did it another time because I feel like I was alone on that one time. But like, I talked about how people are like, oh, anime is so much better, and it's like, okay, so who's your favorite anime artist, and what's what's like distinct about that artist?
Yes.
Because they all kind of look. That's the same style.
Oh no, dude, no. I'm sorry, no.
I know. No, let me rephrase. I know there exists different styles of. And I'm talking about manga is more than anime. Using interchangeably like a noob. But by and large, you can. It's all it's all identified by its art style, and there are some characteristic things that are true among a lot of these, especially the most popular ones. Whereas if you go look at Marvel and DC and Image and stuff, the broad variety of art styles is fucking incredible. And that's just true. And also they don't pay their artists enough and writers enough.
Oh no, they do not. No,
they're not dying at their fucking desks like apparently manga artists do.
Manga artists are literally dying at their desks or having like medical procedures done so they can keep working. It's awful. The industry treats them like dog shit, and the people responsible should be put in shackles.
I have met manga and anime fans who could tell you who their favorite artist is.
Yeah, I absolutely can.
So
I watched a movie like yesterday. Specifically because I like the artist. So it's like, yeah, I know who it is off the top of my head. Because I do think that there is that the stylistic differences, right? Like Peach Momoko's a manga. I mean, she's moved into American comic books, which is much better for her. But she's not normally my style of manga artist. I like her work, but
I mean, I did trace back the origins of this fake debate.
Yeah, it's absolutely a fake debate. It's all comics,
and it's because there's no reason to pit these against each other.
None.
If anything, the increased sales of each,
good for
granted, mangas is by leaps and bounds more, but still,
Right.
you would think that if it was true that manga is kicking American superhero comics asses, then those comics would see decreased sales instead of steadily. Little by little over the last 5-6 years, especially the last few.
They both go up.
They both go up. So I mean, it literally disproves that. I mean,
They
help each other.
They help each other. It's
most people aren't like me, where I don't really care about manga. A lot of people will go get comics and get both.
right. Me. That's me. I'm that person. I like both.
There's a new Ghost in the Shell thing out. I saw.
I know. I have to watch it still.
I
watched that.
Like, which one is this? Because I've seen several. I've seen a couple of the shows. Seen the movie.
I think it's just titled Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be a anime adaptation of the original manga, I believe.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. I have not watched it yet. I was going to, and then I watched a World Cup game, and then I watched a movie instead.
There are some animes that I like, Morgan, by the way. There's some.
I know.
I mean, most of them come from the 90s, of course. But,
sure, yeah.
Yeah. My problem with anime is not with the medium itself. It's just that I don't know where to start. It's one of those things where
ironically, that's what people say about
comics. Yeah. What's funny is that part with manga and anime, like an important thing, which is it's true in comics but differently true, is anime isn't a genre, it's a medium.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's just like what type of, like, if you like cyberpunk, like, yes, find a Ghost in the Shell that isn't called Innocence and press play. You will find a cyberpunk thing that you enjoy.
I am confident that there's plenty of misconceptions from going each direction. You know,
Yeah.
I had the guy from Comic Book Herald on stream one time and talked to him about, you know, like basically because he's got Comic Book Herald website, which is literally designed to help you find where to read what in terms of superhero comics. And, you know, it's not as hard as certain people want to make it out to be, you know, like, oh, Batman's been going for all these years. I don't know where to start. And it's like, you know, my questionnaire is always, the thing I came up with is like, if somebody wants to start Spider-Man, but they have no idea where to start, so many Spider-Man comics. I say, well, what is it that made you want to read Spider-Man? Was it a certain movie? Was it a certain creator that you saw their art? Was it a writer that you heard about? Because that's a really good place to start. And that narrows it down quite a bit. So all you have to do is just kind of engage a little bit with, you know, the community, and yeah, you can figure it out.
Yeah.
Plus, look, back in my day, as I've said before, my first comic book, Marvel comic book, was Silver Surfer number 65. Literally, I had no fucking context for anything that was going on. I open it. In fact, on that cover, Silver Surfer is technically gold because in his reflection is the fire that this character named Captain Reptile or something is. You know,
I love it.
And so I thought that he was a gold character at first, based on the cover. And then I open it. I'm like, oh, he's silver. Okay. That makes sense because it's called
Silver. It's called Silver Surfer, yeah. So one of the things that people like, oh, comics are dumb, manga's dumb. That's kind of the point.
Yeah.
There is an inherent silliness to all of this. Have some fucking joy in your life.
Yeah.
And it's like what's ironic and weird and this kind of strange factoid about human existence is you can find deep value and like real I guess humanist connection and understanding of the self and stuff like that through the most absurd things. You know, like when I play with my son and we're just like saying goofy things and doing, you know, some kind of goofy thing or whatever like that, there's almost no more rewarding, enriching human endeavor that I can engage in. And you know, so it's a contradiction, but it's true. You can read a silly ass thing like a comic book and find some value that, you know, might surprise you.
Yeah.
Yeah. My other agreed 100%. I sign off on all that. I endorse it. My other big obstacle with anime is that I've always been much more of a China boo than a weeaboo.
Sure.
And
thing.
Like I love.
It's called something else, but yeah.
I love wuxia and xianxia stories a lot more than I enjoy. I don't know that I enjoy them more, but I'm drawn to the.
You're drawn to them more. That's fine. Yeah.
To the aesthetic of Chinese fantasy and sci-fi more than I am to Japanese fantasy and sci-fi.
And Japanese fantasy definitely exists as a reaction to Chinese fantasy.
Yeah.
So there are things that are common tropes and styles in that are the antithesis of how they're done in Chinese fantasy. So I could definitely see that being kind of off-putting. Like, the fuck, this is all wrong. Like, I know one of the big areas that I know a lot of manga readers have gotten into is manhwa, which is Korean comics.
It's Chinese, actually.
Is it really?
Yeah. At least I think it is, because that's what I've always heard Chinese comics referred to as manhwa.
Oh, okay. Maybe it's both.
But that may be a Korean loan word. I don't know.
That might be a Korean. It easily could be a loan word either way.
So it's kind of. I just remembered. I don't know why I'm telling this. Might be kind of make me look bad, but I remember just now that when I was a kid, I used to call it Japanimation.
It was there was a company that advertised it as that, so that makes sense.
Well, then I also called like Batman animated series and like this Justice League Unlimited. So I call that Batmanimation.
Okay, but that's cool.
Yeah, I thought so. The Bruce Timm style, I guess, is what it is.
Yeah, Bruce Timm, Paul Dini.
All that being said, there's been some anime over the years that I really liked. Like a lot of it was from the 90s, like Dane. Like I really enjoyed the Rurouni Kenshin animated series.
Sure, don't look into the guy who wrote that.
Oh, okay.
Just don't.
And I've enjoyed the live action adaptations of that story quite a bit. But all my favorite Asian media is Chinese.
Sure.
Why are you running
Hey,
this
Dane,
again? You want to get the stream cleaned again?
I'm not playing it. I just wanted to show Nightcrawler's white hair.
Okay,
okay.
that is Nightcrawler's white hair. Hey, Dane, there's a Japanese Spider-Man.
Yeah, I know. I have a shirt with him on it.
I unironically love that show.
It's pretty ridiculous, but yeah, it's fun.
Okay, so
they're two different words, but they're pronounced more or less the same way.
Same, yeah.
At least to us, Gaijin.
Yeah, to us more.
The stupid Guelo. That's how we mangle the language. Yeah.
Sure, that tracks. Thank you for the clarification. I really appreciate that. That's cool to know.
Yep.
I love learning new things. Yeah, I also think that like an important thing with anime, especially for people in the anime community, because I know they're the worst, and they are the worst. They need to embrace something. Whatever your favorite manga or anime is, it sucks. It's terrible. It's awful. Whatever it is, doesn't matter. That's true of whatever my favorite manga and anime are. They're also terrible.
So I watched a video. Actually, it's the last Utterly Noah video I watched. Not that I watched a lot of them, but like I was mildly curious in this one he did about these anime YouTubers that did a top 10 or whatever animes of all time, and these are like younger people, like some of them even I don't even think 18.
Sure.
And they did they watched like a bunch of old and new anime, just trying to decide what they thought the best ones were.
Sure.
And basically none of the ones that they decided or that they thought were the best, and then as well as the ones Noah disagreed or whatever, or said that he thought were the best, I had no idea what they were. It's
sure.
Like there's a lot of them that I think even the most popular ones for some reason they've just completely escaped me, except for obviously there's like the ones like Naruto and stuff that I know what those are, but there's a lot of others that I would imagine that there's some people, anime fans that would consider Naruto to be like normie mainstream shit.
Yeah, there are anime fans who will shame you for even mentioning Naruto in the conversation.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like based on that list.
I will shame you because it's just kind of mid. It's very medium.
Tell you, I did watch some of Bleach with a friend one time. I thought that was pretty okay.
Bleach is pretty cool.
So I want to address this by J. Kong. I would say this is true of all media. Media turns into slop after a while.
There is a lot of slop in all forms of mass media.
I mean, look, check this out. Here's a hot take. Marvel Comics is kind of in a slop era right now, man.
It really is.
But they haven't been putting out a whole lot that's been inspiring to part with $1.
Like it's crazy. Like the couple books that are good are really fucking good.
But then they also just like cancel the stuff that works really well.
Cancel the stuff that works really well.
And DC is putting out banger after banger lately.
DC is out of fucking fire right now.
And not just in the absolute universe either. Although that is a fucking
DC
banger after banger.
Is crazy good right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Batman's really good. Superman's really good.
Yeah, and I'm good for him as a lifelong Marvel fan who's always felt that DC was not really something that was up to par for me. I've always wanted them to be. I've always, wanted to because I was kind of jealous of the era that right before I got into comics, basically the 80s and stuff, where DC seemed like you were really fucking killing it, right? And then the 90s happened, and both of them to some degree started, doing,
some bad
chasing
decisions.
numbers kind of slop.
Yeah,
but Marvel, for the most part, in my opinion, was hitting it more often than not.
Yeah, I would say they were better than DC was as far as like the quality of the content.
At least through the early 90s, and then the last half of the 90s, everybody was doing terribly.
Everyone did bad. Yeah, everything was bad.
Yeah.
Made you feel bad.
I mean, I'm a DC boy, but I would agree with that analysis for sure. Like in the 90s, I wasn't reading any of the main, like the big name titles. Like I wasn't reading any Superman or Batman or anything like that. The DC shit I was reading was like Swamp Thing and Animal Man, like a lot of their Vertigo titles.
The Vertigo stuff, yeah.
Stuff. Yeah, it's like Morrison's over there writing some future classics while everybody else is just writing slop.
Right. That's why they're Morrison.
Yeah.
Right. Like sometimes you're Grant Morrison. It's fine. Yeah. Now
Well,
I completely lost the point I was going to make, and now it bothers me.
I was going to show this.
Sure.
This is Savage Hulk from Brand New Day, and I can't understand what the lines in his flesh are about.
I am not sure.
It's like
I'm going to guess that he was wounded during it, like maybe he was seriously injured during his transformation in Banner form, and that he's hulking up and it's healing him. That's what I would guess.
That's my guess. Is like, yeah, he was webbed up because you can see some webbing around his arms and his chest.
It's like cutting into him, though.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you're going to use the good web to try and restrain the Hulk. It's not going to work, but you're going to use the good web.
I'm pretty sure this is not AI. I'm pretty sure this is from the trailer, I believe.
I think it might be a still from the trailer, but I have watched that trailer twice, and a while ago now.
Well, it's I haven't watched it, the new one that actually shows him in it yet, but nonetheless.
This is another movie that I'm kind of baffled by, like just like with Doomsday, like the trailers have so much in it, that so much going on. I'm like trying to figure out what is the actual story going to be. And
I don't hate the trailer. The trailer doesn't.
Story.
Here's what my pretty strong feeling about the secret that they're keeping back from this is one of two or both things. It's A, symbiote.
Sure.
Or two, Jackal.
I've seen some people speculating that the villain is going to be Wraith, who is somebody I'd never heard of. I had to look that up. It's apparently an obscure.
Not the Cosmic Wraith, the one that was created.
Like it can't be the
somebody did some research and found some obscure Marvel character who I forget all the backstory because I don't know Marvel, but it's basically a body swapping. It's a character who can do the stuff that people are attributing to Jean Grey, and who would do that because Jean Grey probably wouldn't do that. So, other than that,
I think the Jean Grey thing is going to be pretty disappointing for a lot of weirdos who.
I think if it's going to be a mutant, it's going to be Typhoid Mary. Who is a telekinetic.
No, I don't think that they're going to introduce the Shadow King in Spider-Man. I just think that would be everything about this shows that they have made it a point to make a real Spider-Man centric, a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, the hero kind of that type of thing, because he hasn't really been that yet. And so it would just be really fucking bizarre for them to have the Shadow King as the villain of that. When I
think part of the reason that's come back up is like who it could be is the Shadow King came back from the dead in X-Men United recently.
Yeah.
So they brought that character out of retirement after just retiring him like 2 years ago. Well, he was already dead, but then Storm was in the afterlife and fought him again. Kevin Bacon comes back as Sebastian Shaw, increasing Kevin Bacon's power. The Kevin Bacon web would grow into the. Typhoid Mary is a mutant.
Yes, she is, but she's also already kind of technically she already exists in the MCU, because if we're saying that Daredevil Born Again is still, it makes Daredevil show canon, then that means that the rest of those shows are canon, I assume. And then she was in what she was in, what was it, fucking Iron Fist maybe?
Oh, was she in Iron? I didn't watch Iron Fist season 2 because you couldn't pay me to after season 1. So if she was in, I don't know that she was in season 1. If she was in season 2, I wouldn't know about it.
In season 2, I believe.
Oh, gross. Well,
there's sure a lot of people that seem to think that Daredevil is in this movie, though. By the way,
that's a pretty common theory. Yeah.
I'm thinking maybe he is, but maybe he refuses to come out of the jail if Spider-Man tries to break him out or something.
Probably.
That would be the most Daredevil thing ever, really.
Or he goes back to jail at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
I gotta go back to jail.
That would be acceptable too. Yes.
Yeah.
I was muted for some reason. I was going to say, if the Hand is in the movie, then something to do with Daredevil is in there.
Yeah. Yeah, I brought that one up before, that it could be the Goblin Queen. That would be the deep fake, because she has been a Spider-Man villain even recently, despite being a clone of Jean Grey. And
well, I mean, she was all of New York's villain a couple times. So
yeah, she's been around. But And that would be a way to like, okay, so it's not Jean Grey, it's her clone who is not a mutant but has had powers, but they're all like demon magic powers because Goblin Queen.
I want to show this just because I think it's awesome, and I'm glad they're doing this finally. This kind of thing.
Yes.
Nice, very nice.
I think there's a couple.
I know it's cheesy, but I love when comic book movies put a comic book cover or panel into the movie. I love that shit.
It seems like the MCU does it so infrequently now that, you know. But I mean, like, you literally, the Iron Man, the first one was so much of it was taken from extremists.
Oh yeah,
like, iconographic kind of poses and stuff like that, and yeah.
And then those poses became the MCU poses. Like the Extremis is so core to what the MCU is.
The Queen is in like the one that was like she's technically a super soldier failure, I think.
Oh yeah, the Spider Eye. Oh sure, that's possible.
Well, the fact that we're all sitting here speculating about it so close to the film's release is kind of the point. And,
that's true.
You know, I agree with one of you said earlier that the trailer doesn't have to tell us what the story is, and I kind of prefer it that way, and I agree.
Yeah.
Yep. Batroc the Leaper. Why would you want like a movie about the lamest French B villain there is? Like,
that he was okay. The problem is that in Winter Soldier, he was pretty gangster.
He was pretty cool in that. Like that was the first guy that brand new Captain America that fights like a fucking champ now showed his skills against. You know.
Yeah.
I remember just being like, "Holy shit!" Because it's played by what's his name, George St. Pierre.
Yep, it's just absolute badass, and I was just like, "This is the coolest dumb shit." Yeah, he's great in the MCU, but in the comics, he is a joke of a joke. He's like a Great Lakes Avengers villain.
He's a jobber.
Joke. Yeah, he's a jobber.
And I have a feeling that several of these guys are going to be. I think probably Tarantula.
Yeah.
Captain Boomerang, Boomerang, I think it's just this. And then
I think so, yeah.
Probably somewhat of what's his name? What's this guy? The one that's no, that's Tarantula, my bad.
That's Tarantula, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm thinking Scorpion is probably going to be a jobber too.
I don't know. Might not be because they built him up a little bit. He's already
they have pumped him up, yeah.
If anything, he might be, maybe he plays more of a pivotal role, even if he's not in it much, because in the trailer anyway, that's, you know, Spider-Man kind of flings him pretty hard into a car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's may have something to do with his strength. Not, you know, maybe he's too aggressive because of a symbiote or something like that. And that might be what it is. I don't know, but we'll see. Isn't Ramrod in this movie? God, I don't even know who Ramrod is. Until they get Big Wheel in the fucking movie. When are they going to Big Wheel, man? He was even part of Brand New Day, I think.
I think so, yeah.
That might have been the first guy that he fought in Brand New Day. The comic was Big Wheel.
Oh, okay, so the girl in the disguise, who we don't know we know who the actress is, but we don't know what character she's playing. Could she be playing Jackpot, which is why her powers are all random? And she literally has the dumb fucking roulette wheel bracelet.
You would think that they would not create a character for the movies that nobody liked in the comics.
No, nobody did.
Well,
literally the worst.
That brings me to my point. I was going to say the villain we all really want is Paul.
It's Paul. Well, the problem with Paul is not that he's a villain; it's that he's mid. He's uninteresting. The problem with Paul.
That's what, after so many years with Peter, that's what she wanted. She wanted, you know, just a regular guy.
No, so this is the thing, Yanru. Jackpot originally was some other woman who just looked like her.
It was a fake out. Like it
was a fake out. Like eventually, recently, she was Jackpot for a little bit before she became Venom. Great Venom run, by the way.
Stiltman also, I believe, is already in. I believe he's been in Daredevil show. I think he's been in Daredevil show. Maybe not with the stilts, but yeah.
Oh, like the guy, not the identity. So they could reveal that Paul is Mephisto.
This is actually exactly what I was thinking of when I said Scorpion might play a big role, despite, you know, not being, because, you know, like that's a pretty considerable role that he plays in Civil War, despite getting blown up pretty quickly.
Yeah, that's fair.
He plays a turning point character, but I don't know. I got to get going. Go make some food for the boy and stuff. So
I'm sure Bob wants to get to bed.
I will say this: live life the way that Lindsey Graham didn't have the courage to.
Absolutely. Here.
Have a spine. Have
a heart.
Whatever you believe, except for unless you believe stuff, like MAGA or whatever. Don't believe that. Change that. But otherwise, stick to your guns.
And on top of that, praise Bill and free Palestine.
Indeed.
Indeed.
What's up, Bob? Got anything?
I said indeed.
Okay. Here's a funny thing real quick.
We cannot listen to R. Kelly. R. Kelly is a pedophile. And now here's the thing, and just hear me out for 1 second. Technically speaking, R. Kelly is not a pedophile. Just give me 1 second. I promise this goes on. Just hear me out. The term pedophile refers to people who are attracted to those that are prepubescent. Then there's something called a hebophile. That's people who are attracted to those in the early stages of puberty, like 11, 12, 13, 14. And then there's something called an ephebophile. That's people who are attracted to those in the later stages of puberty, like 15, 16, 17, 18. But I think the reason we don't make those distinctions is because it's very hard to explain the difference without sounding like a pedophile.
Classic. Good stuff. Really funny guy.
It's
and
true,
then what else did I have? This is funny. I just thought this was cool because these guys are talking about, well, you'll see.
Okay. All the white supremacists, the KKK, the Patriot Front, right? They say the master race. Yeah. I'm an English major.
And they say you're dirty Indian.
Yeah. So I say I'm a dirty Indian, even though I'm Pakistani American. But okay, we're all dirty. We're all filthy, right? I'm an English major. Maybe you might be the master race. My one question, do you wash your ass?
Yeah.
And the answer is no.
No.
If you don't wash your ass.
But we're dirty.
No, but you cannot be the master race. You have to come back to me with a clean ass and then I'll entertain your argument.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
And like I've heard the meme before many times that they don't wash their asses, but like apparently that's these are Mehdi Hassan level people talking about it on his show. And is that true? That, like, the right just doesn't wash their ass? Is that?
I've never asked. I always just kind of presumed everyone did because
it is the thing I've seen. I don't know how true this is, but I've seen it attributed to a lot of the manosphere people.
Sure,
because touching your ass is gay.
Right. Yeah.
Butt stuff is gay, and you don't want to be gay, so they don't wash their asses.
Bro.
I'm like, bro. And you wonder why you can't get laid,
Because you smell. You got some funk.
Milo got canned forever. I mean, like you may have seen him since then, but the trajectory he was on before he said that thing versus after, completely different.
Yeah.
Like he's never recovered fully. Shit.
And I'm happy for him.
Yeah.
I'm happy he never recovered. He worked hard for that life.
Yep. I mean, look, it's I could make the argument that Milo Yiannopoulos played a pretty outsized role in all this, getting us where we are.
Yeah.
Because he's the Gamergate
The
plant.
bridge guy. Yeah.
Yep. He was the one that Steve Bannon sent in to kind of make friends with the gamers and say, oh yeah, you don't like how women are, well, what about have you thought about how the black people and what
yeah. So this thing from Big Fieldy here, I think we mentioned it on the last stream that this take from the manosphere is a tell that nothing they advocate actually works at attracting women.
Not a thing.
Because they have to. This is cope when they start saying if you think women are more attractive than men or being around women is gay, it's just cope. Bro.
It's pure, undiluted, raw copium.
I mean, they're either closet cases or just straight up grifters to an absurd degree that's hard to even imagine being that grifty. But yeah.
Yeah, they're recognizing that their audience has caught on that the tech.
I think Myron Gaines is that misogynistic. I think he, from what I can tell, what I saw in that documentary, he maybe he's also gay. I don't know, but I think that he just is that much of a fucking twisted up piece of shit. I mean, he was a fucking, I think an ICE agent or something prior to.
Something like that, yeah.
Some kind. So, those guys are real fucked up in the head.
And it is the grift because it is a recognition that their audience has caught on to the fact that none of this works, and they're pissed. So they're pivoting to the new cope, which is, it's just gay to want to be around women anyway. You're not gay, right?
Meanwhile, the guys that roughly in that area, in case you didn't see my stream yesterday, I did point this out, that the critical drinker says stuff like this in his book from 2012.
Have you seen this yet, Morgan? Have you seen this?
Okay.
What are you talking about? It was Elena, the friend she'd known for so long she couldn't remember a time without her. She was a plump sort of girl, not fat as such, but rounded and soft in the body, the kind who would blossom into a voluptuous beauty in her teenage years before growing big and matronly as her youth faded. So, to clarify, this is critical drinker Will Jordan, celebrated author, writing about describing a preteen girl and how she's going to grow real hot before she becomes kind of motherly, and then she's just useless then after that.
This is from the third book in the series of the Jack Ryan, Nathan Drake Reacher series.
That's whatever your name for is just the correct name. I know it has a different name than that, but yours is right.
Bad bait. Clancy shit. Yeah, it's.
These are the people. These are the people who tell you that drag queens are.
What was the word he just taught us? So prepubescent, I think, is what we're talking about here. So that would be, that'd just be pedophile, right?
And these are these are the people, the same crowd who tell you that drag queens are grooming children.
Yeah, let's get some kids together and read from some Ryan Drake novels and see how that goes.
This was written by the sort of man who would lose a fight to a 10-year-old boy.
No,
11-year-old. There's an important threshold there.
Being the
very big developmental difference.
Being the best faith possible I can here, I say that he's not necessarily. Basically, the grossest part of this is not even just that yes, he's describing how a child will look in the future, but just the overall view of women. Is this is how he sees their life cycle and how he would what he feels is important in describing them.
Yep.
And because it's a child, there's he can't describe what the child, that doesn't matter to him, right? So he's not actually, but he wants to describe what the child would look like, so her value in his mind. Right.
It is her value as breeding stock.
Yeah, the Kiddical Puncher. Yep. All right, that's a video thing that's gonna suggest that you perhaps donate to my crowdfund that I've got going on for moving purposes.
Yes, give money Dane to move so he can move and save up money to buy me the bottle of booze he's gonna owe me after tonight.
Put that QVC code back on the screen. Dan.
Yeah.
So
the QR code.
Do it.
The QR
code. Yeah. What did I say? QVC.
QVC.
Well, that's what Milo Yiannopoulos does now. It's QVC.
You're right. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, gentlemen. I would say it's been fun, but you showed me that. So
sorry.
You know what? It's good content watching me slowly die on camera.
Well, peace out.